you guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Malete Mama Tiba, and today I'm bringing you yet another book review. Today's book review, ladies and gentlemen, is on the money, and we'll be focusing on wealth creation, financial freedom, all things good and liberating. So today's book is called Financial Freedom Through Property. It's written by Laurens Boel. I don't know how to pronounce the name, but I hope that I am not messing it up. Nonetheless, he is actually an investor in property. He has different businesses as well. He is an author of 5 different books, and he is within this property space. It's his thing. Like, he is the one. I remember I also met him at one of Robert Kiyosaki's seminars, and they were talking about property and all that. So he is deep within. When I saw this book, I'm like, I gotta get this one. I gotta get it. So yes, this is the book, and we're gonna get into the lessons I've learned. I'm gonna outline 10 different things that I've picked up from the book that I think that you should look forward to whenever you are going to read or buy this book. So first things first, there are 3 stages of financial well-being in life that you want to attain. So I liked how he really broke down the different stages. It's not like be rich, that's it. You know, he got into the 3 different stages, and the first stage is financial security. So financial security is when your passive income is equal to your monthly expenses. So we spoke about tracking expenses and knowing how much you know how much roughly you spend per month. So now he was telling us that for you to be financially secure, you have to have passive income that covers your expenses. And then level number 2, financial independence. So there you have enough money to cover your expenses, and then you have a little bit more to, like, you know, go on vacation once in a while, you know, do nice things, you know, you are just better. And then there's level number 3, which is financial freedom. There, money is not a topic. Money is not an issue. You want it, you get it. And yeah, that was just very interesting because it gives you like different goals to attain the overall vision of being wealthy. So I really like that. And then we are moving on to lesson number 2. So what he advises us to do is that we have to study these things, guys. We are to do different courses and really understand what property is. You don't just buy property because, oh my God, a property is on sale, but do the courses. You know, he's providing very good material as well in relation to learning about property. This is one of the books as well that you should pick up if you're looking into investing in property. I mean, it was only 100 and something. Come on, that's like a very affordable investment. And then moving on to lesson number 3. So he says that whenever you buy property, you make the money when you buy property. So always buy below the market value, okay? So for you to buy below the market value means you must have certain negotiation skills that are coming through for you, honey, so that you can negotiate with the seller that, you know what, I know you're selling for this much, but I can only afford this much. So that helps you to be more strategic in terms of what you're doing, and he gives all the strategies that you can use within the book. Now moving on to number 4, right? He says there are different types of properties you can invest in, right? So he outlined that number 1, you can invest in commercial property, residential property, multi-lets, you know, student accommodation. You can lease. Like, there's so many different types of property investments that you can get into as an individual. So you don't even have to think about it in silos. Now there's also property investors. Those are like within the game and doing the things that need to be done for the bag to ching come through. So yes. And then lesson number 5, he talks about financing. We all know that property is not for the 2 cents and the 3 cents. Property needs some money. So he's giving advice on how you can raise funding. You know, one of the ways is using the bank, what is actually required, what would they want of you, how to build a good credit score. We spoke about credit score before now. So he brings that up again. It's important to say your affordability as well. And using an angel investor as well, that person will just say, you know what, go for it, as long as if you have the idea. Another one is using Stockfell and crowdfunding for you to raise, your money. I mean, we all know what Stockfell or two is. I was doing the Stockfell book review. We all can use a Stockfell for something. So property is definitely one of them. And then moving on to lesson number 6. We have to get data, guys. You can't just buy a property. I said this before. So you have to get data as to the specific place. What is the growth in terms of the market value of that property in that place? He's put in TPN, which gives information about the market value of certain places as well. There's another app website that he referred to, which gives you information about the rental amounts in that area and the different patterns that are there in terms of rental. So there's just so much information that can help you in your property journey. You don't just, guys, we don't just, okay, because right now you feel like you can buy it here. Yeah, you can, but it's better to make an informed decision so that whenever you are investing your money, you're investing it in a very good place, right? So now, moving on to lesson number 7, right? You have to make sure that you are doing your calculations. Your return on investments, your yield, know your numbers, know how much income you're making, and make sure that your expenses, let me say you got a loan, make sure that whatever income that you're making exceeds the loan repayment that you're making. In that way, you are making money from your investment. Don't find yourself paying more in terms of your loan than the money you're making from your rentals. So that he goes in very deeply in terms of how you can do this, how you can achieve this, how you can calculate this and actually get to know your numbers. And then moving on to lesson number 8, he comes through in terms of negotiation skills. What I love about how he speaks about negotiation skills is the fact that he's talking about different personalities and how you can use your personalities to negotiate. People who are social, people who are expressive, people who are quiet, people who are more thoughtful. Everybody can negotiate based on their personality. So I liked how he got into that and just gave you the detail on how you can buy a property for less than the market value. So now moving on to lesson number 9, being rich is not about how much money you make, but how much money you keep. Let me tell you something. The way that people in property keep their money is to be given a thumbs up. Listen, hallelujah. Listen, these people have trusts. They have companies. You will have a property mogul who literally owns no asset. All the assets are in trusts, they're in companies. Their tax structure is just on another level. As a person who is doing tax, I'm just like, say I'm CGT, angeke bayithole. So they find a good way to really protect their wealth. Not only to protect it when they have passed over or in terms of crisis, but they protect their money. They don't overspend. He says that it's all about keeping your money, even in your everyday expenses, your monthly spending. Make sure that you're saving something, because being rich is all about knowing how to keep that coin with you and grow it. Okay. And then lesson number 10. So he says, some of the excuses that people have, like number 1, I don't have the money, but he gives so much advice in terms of like raising money, how you can go about it. Excuses such as, I don't have the time. So he just tells you it's a sacrifice. Some of the things that you have to compromise, maybe your outings with your friends. Now putting this into every Saturday morning, I'm going to go look at properties. I'm going to search for different, ways to actually evaluate these properties, see what they cost, visit different estate agents and stuff like that. So I really, really loved these lessons. It was so easy to read as well. Let me just get into what I liked about the book. It was literally easy, as I just said. I feel like, how most of us have read Robert Kiyosaki. It's like Robert Kiyosaki with the how and the what to do, where to do it, how to do it, which we never really got. He is just going into so much detail, giving us so much information. He is relatable in a South African context. His examples are in rands. You understand exactly what he means. One of the things I actually liked is that he talks about an asset allocation or an investment allocation, where you take your money, a certain portion is invested here, a certain portion is invested there. I thought that was just like great. So it's very relatable. That's what I like about it. and there's numbers. He's putting the numbers down to say, okay, if you buy a property for this much, and then you pay rent this much, you make an income of this much, this is how much you make, this is how you calculate your return on investment and different things like that. So I thought it was a great book. What I didn't like, yeah, I just didn't like the fact that I don't have the money right now in my bank account to start the property game. But you know what? Other people's money, knowledge, empowerment, one day is another day where we'll also get those dreams. So yes, that's what I liked about the book. That's what I didn't dislike about, yeah, the barriers to entry. But yeah, I would say people who are interested in the property game, people who are already in the property industry, you need to arm yourself with information, because the property industry, it's so huge. There's so much potential for growth. So why keep yourself at the same level if you can get more information and really make the most out of your financial situation? So yes, thank you so much. That was the book. I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like this video, and share it with your people who are into property, want to learn about property, and need to make that money, honey. So yes, thank you so much, and until the next book review, goodbye.